What is up, guys? In today's video, I'm going to go over 5 or 6 things I wish I knew before starting selling on Amazon. And this isn't going to be the, oh, you need a lot of capital or the returns or the this or the that. This is like real stuff. And the reason I'm actually making this video is I actually just got off a call where I'm trying to learn a lot more about UGC, TikTok Shop, and the influencer program overall. I'm doing really well with the influencer program, but I see a huge opportunity with UGC and TikTok Shop as well. Yes, I am still selling on Amazon. This is all stuff I'm just kind of doing on the side, and it's just becoming more and more of my time because I just think the opportunity is so great. And most importantly, I really like doing it. So I always, if you've listened to the channel, I always say do what's best for you and your business. And for me, it's best for me to focus on this and then kind of put Amazon in maintenance and scale it back a little bit because I just enjoy this so much. So anyway, going through this, learning the TikTok Shop stuff and UGC, there's so much stuff you need to do that I don't even understand. And it just made me realize that there's just kind of 6 things I wish I knew before starting Amazon and that I've kind of learned going through the process of this. You know, learning a whole new skill set or taking what you already know, but you need a lot of other things you need to add on to it. So, number 1, the process is hard at first and it's really hard to measure progress. So right now I'm working on a portfolio to create, to send to brands, to be like, hey, here's my work. Here are videos I made for these brands and these brands. I would love to work with your brand, right? I've never made a portfolio before in my life. I made PowerPoints and stuff like that in corporate America. But for me, I've never really made a portfolio. So I have to figure out how to do this. So I spent the last 2 days just working on this. I'm in this group and I've showed, hey, can I use these examples for the group? Yes, you can. Then I took the next 2 days, put the portfolio together, just a really rough draft, showed it to them today, and they're like, close, but like you got to clean this up a lot more and try to follow this. And they gave me a template. So I got to work on that part, but it looks like I made no progress, right? I've been working on this for 2 or 3 days now. I have 0 brand deals as a result of this because that is the purpose of this, but I am making progress because I have a workable asset now that I could send to brands. Is it 100% ready yet? No, but if I had to send it to someone, I could potentially. But it looks like I made 0 progress because I have $0 in the bank. And that's what it's going to look like when you start selling at Amazon. You're going to spend 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 20, 30 hours sourcing products, going to retail stores or whatever model you're doing. And you're going to have pretty much 0 to show for it. But you are learning. So it rolls into my next thing is learning is progress to an extent. So right now, if I just kept watching videos of how to make a portfolio, how do you make I don't need to watch 20 hours. I need to watch an hour or 2, start the work, ask some questions, ask for feedback, do some more work, ask for feedback. It's not just watch, don't take any action. And it's also, you have to apply knowledge to your needs. So for example, for this, the portfolio, since the UGC space is kind of mostly female oriented at this point, or from what I could tell anyway, I'm very new to this. So a lot of the templates in the group are more female focused. So the colors are more female oriented and doesn't really kind of match the vibe I'm going for. So in my head, I'm not going to the group and be like, I need a portfolio for a guy who is my age, who has my background, who makes these types of videos. It's like, no, I have to take the template and apply it to me. I need to do that part. They did the hard part of laying out a format that's great. I need to figure out how to change the colors or make it look different or add the relevant examples. So for that kind of goes for a lot of people in the space. If I tell you you need to source 2 hours a day, you need to find 2 hours a day to source. There's no way around it. It's like, well, what if I have a job? What if I have this? Whatever. It's like you just need to find the 2 hours. Like, that's on you. You have to figure that out on your own. You can't be like, well, I worked this many hours a week. It's like, you need to find it. And so I think a lot of the times it's like, well, you know, it's people say to shop at Target. I spent 20 minutes at Target. I can't find anything at Target. You need to spend like 5 or 10 hours. Like, you need to just put in the work. Number 3, when you're first starting, it's never like when you make a mistake or things aren't working out in your favor, it's really never as bad as you think it is. And it could be worse. So for me in this example, I am like, wow, this portfolio is absolutely terrible. I have no idea what I am doing. No one is ever going to work with me, this and that. I showed them my portfolio today and they're like, wow, you are really, really close on this. You need to work on the formatting. You need to kind of do a little design and tweak it. Here's an example. Take some of this stuff and apply it, and you should be 90% of the way there. So that's what I'm doing now. I probably should not be making this video because I should be doing that. But all this kind of stuff just came to me, and I don't make the video now. I'm not going to make it later. So it could always be worse. When I first started selling on Amazon, if a product tanked, I thought it was the end of the world. If I got an inauthentic complaint, if I got a bad review, if a textbook company sued me, like all that stuff seemed like the biggest deal ever. But it could have been much worse. I could have lost all my money. I could have got my account shut down. I could have been sued for millions of dollars from this textbook company. None of that happened. And today, if that stuff happened, I would literally laugh about it. Because I know that in a week or 2, I'd have it fixed out. I could hire people. I could ask with the community. I know a ton of people now. I could text people. It's just so much different. So if you're struggling at the beginning, just realize it is totally normal. It could definitely be worse, so don't worry about it. Just keep pushing forward. Just keep making progress. Ask for help. Do all that stuff. Number 4, finding the right mentor / group / course / whatever could make a big difference. I don't sell any courses. I am not pushing you. I don't work with people one-on-one, so I am not pushing anything. I do have the school community where I do like group calls there, but outside of that, I don't do any of that. So one of the reasons I did decide to do this is because I do a lot of other things. I have an Amazon business, I have a podcast, I have social media, I have other things going on. So I want to learn this much, much quicker from people who already do the work. I don't want to be spending hours upon hours upon hours on YouTube, hoping I'm watching the right content. I want to go into a group that I'm paying a good bit of money for, get the templates, get the scripts, watch the videos, all organized, go to the group calls, ask questions. That's what I want to do. You don't have to do that. You could totally learn it yourself. But I know a lot of people shit on mentorships and stuff like that. But for me, I am seeing a lot of great success from this already. Just going to I've been to 3 calls already, and I've gotten so much just from 3 calls, and it's just absolutely insane. So if you want to go quicker, definitely get a mentor. If you just want to figure it out yourself, that is fine too. But I would highly suggest getting a mentor, finding a group, or getting a bunch of friends and kind of figure it out together. Number 5, and then we got one more. You got to show up every day, regardless of what is going on. Sometimes I don't feel like making videos or TikToks or working on this stupid portfolio, right? I'd rather be doing a lot of other things than this, but I need to get this situated and set up and in place. So when I have the opportunity to reach out to someone or someone reaches out to me, I have something to send them. And also keep in mind, once you kind of do it once, it's kind of somewhat done. For example, once you find a site that you could source from that won't cancel your orders, that not going to give you IP complaints, will have good invoices to send to Amazon, you could just keep buying from that site. It might take you a month, 2, 3 months to find that site, but once you find it, it's pretty much going to be good to go unless there's some drastic changes or Amazon gates the brands you're buying from that. So you just have to put in the work and show up every day. There were definitely days I did not feel like sourcing, or maybe I sourced and just couldn't find anything. And that's just totally normal and it's going to happen. So just keep that in mind when you are kind of going through this. Just show up every day. And if you show up every day, eventually you're going to find something that works, because the only way you lose is when you quit. And every time I think about quitting or not making this portfolio, or like, is this TikTok thing really all the rage, or do I want to do it, or whatever, it's like, this is where everyone quits. Everyone probably gets to this point, tries to make a portfolio, it sucks, they tell you in the group, and then you're like, oh, I don't want to do this. This is stupid. But that's where a lot of people quit. So in my mind, every time I come up with one of these issues or obstacles, I look at them as obstacles / challenges, not issues / problems. I just know it's going to make me stronger. And once I get through this, a lot of other people aren't even going to try to get through this. And that's going to get me to where I want to be. And the last one, number 6, you're going to have to sacrifice something. If you want something else in your life, or a business, or a relationship, or fitness, or whatever, something in your life is going to have to change. I don't really know too many people that maybe just have an extra 2 or 3 hours a day to work on something. You know, they have pretty much a set routine. Like for me, it's like, well, I have a ton of stuff going on right now, so I need to sacrifice some stuff to get this done. One of the things, I am not going to the gym as much. That is not a good thing. I am not suggesting that. But I need to get this portfolio done and keep everything else going. So once this portfolio is done, it's back to the gym. But right now, I just need to get this done. It just requires much more focus. I need to be able to sit for 3 or 4 hours, work on it, and not go to the gym for 2 or 3 hours or whatever. That's just how it is right now. And it's totally fine. But it's funny, a lot of people don't talk about this. They're just like, it almost is marketed as, hey, like, you could just do this in your spare time. And like, maybe, but if you want to really get results, you're going to have to put in the time, and you're going to have to sacrifice some other stuff. And keep in mind that hopefully that sacrifice is temporary. But that's how I am looking at it. It's Q4. There are a lot of brands that have a lot of money to throw around for kind of this kind of stuff. There's going to be a lot of potential stuff on TikTok Shop because people will be shopping. I mean, OA and Amazon, there's a lot of potential there. So there's a lot going on, and this is the season to get it done. So I hope you found this video helpful. Let me know in the comments. I'm interested to hear what you have to say. If you're struggling with something or you have some feedback, just let me know, and I will see you guys in the next video.